Hello and welcome to the video. Today I will show you a build guide for the Lightning Trapsin. The Lightning Trapsin is a great build. It is easy to play. You just have to sit back and relax and watch the enemies die. So it's great, and it recently got buffed. So now you can benefit from -2 enemy lightning resistance. So you want to use the Crescent Moon, which is very cheap, great for you, and the Griffin's Eye, which is very expensive, not so good for you. But you also need the Infinity, which is the most expensive thing. Now let's just go through the gear, and I will do this quickly because that's what I do. Now I have already shown you the Crescent Moon and the Griffin's Eye. So next up is the Mage Fist, which has fire skills that gives bonus to our death sentry, and then it has faster cast rate. Then I'm using a all resistance ring, then I'm using a nail ring, then I'm using Trank Hours because I cannot be frozen. Then I'm using Skin of Viper Magi because I do not have an Enigma. You want an Enigma here. Then I'm using Mouse Kaleidoscope, then I'm using a Spirit, and then I'm using Aldous Advanced. Just like I want an Enigma here, when I get to level 80, I will start using the Erected Mesh here, and then I cannot be frozen somewhere else. It can be a Charm Rune in your Griffin's Eye, it can also be a Ravenfrost ring, that is what I would go for. And when you have that, you have some options. You can go a bit more Magic Find, use Chance Guards and War Travelers, and maybe a Jeko up here. So it can be a decent Magic Find build, and otherwise you can go max out on the damage, and that would be something like of course the Enigma, and then a Stone of Jordan. And of course the Erected Mesh, because +1 to our skills, and then just a full inventory of +1 to traps and your Annihilus and Hellfire Torch. And I forgot to mention that on the weapon swap we have Call to Arms and another Spirit to buff it up even more, and on the Mercenary, other than the Infinity, I'm just using a Tarasian's mask and a Treachery. If it should be optimal, then I would use a Fortitude and the Andariel's Visage with some fire resistance in the socket. The skills I go over very quickly because I'll just show you on the screen what you need to put 1 point into, and after that I will show you what you need to max out. And what you need to max out will come in the exact order from the top and down. Alright, let's quickly go over how to play. You want to use Cloak of Shadows and Mind Blast for defense. And then when you are doing damage, you want to place all your lightning sentries at one spot. That means, or that's so that they all attack the same targets, which is the most effective. And you want to remember a burst of speed, so you place them quickly like this. And then you want to put one death sentry close to your lightning sentries, because that will trigger the corpse explosion of the death sentry and they will all die. Now let's look at some gameplay of the Lightning Trapsin, destroying and killing everything, easy and relaxing. Let's go! It really took up some speed there at some point when he started rapping and singing, and yeah. Anyway, so the Lightning Trapsin, a great build. As you can see, I have been talking about how relaxing it is, and that's really just how I feel. You place the sentries and they do all the work. You just have to concentrate on picking up the gear that is dropping while your sentries is doing the work. And Chaos is one of the great places for your lightning Trapsin. It is a go-to place because with your corpse explosion they just dies so easily. But this build can do a lot of different places. Here I am in the Chaos Sanctuary, where it also just works great. I feel like it can do all zones, all places in Hell difficulty, but of course there will be places where it is not so great. It's not for everyone, because the sentries is the ones that is doing the shooting and the killing. You really just have to place them, whereas others, like all other classes other than maybe the Necromancer with his pets, you are actually the one casting and doing stuff, and here it's your sentries. But if you like this kind of playstyle, where you just watch stuff die while you don't have to do so much, then this is the one for you, the Lightning Trapsin. Of course it is expensive, you both need the Infinity and you need the Enigma for it to be effective. Maybe you don't care so much about effectiveness, then this can still do just fine without those two rune words. Now let's see how quickly it decimates Diablo. And look at that, it is just a great damage it does. So that's what I'm talking about. Good boss farmer, good for everything. So this will be all for this video. Would you like to see how much the Griffin's Eye is worth it? Then look at my other video, where I look at just that. Thank you for watching.